We're at the site of the Nannup Ampol, and I'll just explain how the mural fits on. So at this first part here above the first air conditioner, from the left to that is where the first vehicle goes with the two ladies. Next to them is the second vehicle, and then where the second air conditioner is where the two gentlemen will be standing, kind of a little into the distance. But then where the extension of the building is where the three children are, with the third child going off into the background where the little mill village is. Okay, so now we're looking in the other direction of the street, next door to Nannup Ampol. So behind us is the United Church, the very old stone building. And so that's featured in the mural in the sepia buildings as part of the backdrop. And you can see that with the garden festival, they've put the tulips into place, which of course is a really beautiful photo opportunity down the street. We're looking to turn that around and beautify the wall of the Nannup Ampol. Okay, and this is across the road from the Nannup Ampol, and you can see this is the little Catholic church, which is adorable, which also has the beautiful tulips in the front of it at the moment. Another photo opportunity, and you can see that people come up and down the street to take photos. With this little panorama, you can see looking down the street and then turning around and looking south towards Nannup Ampol. That is the last view that people see when they leave town. So this is the mural that I painted in 2016, and yeah, we bought the building in that time, and it was very run down, and I really needed to just beautify the walls and create the character that I wanted for the gallery, which was all about nature-based paintings. This is the northern side wall, and this is the southern facing wall. So this is in front of the gallery and the shop, and you can see we've got the beautiful tulips out at the moment. Loads of people come by and take photos of the mural, of the thylacine, and of course now the tulips, and that's what we're hoping to create for the southern end of town. Hi, I'm Leanne White. This is my gallery. I work as a fine artist in Nannup. The gallery is on the main street. It's been open for about 8 years. I paint a lot of oils, watercolours, acrylics, and I sell them from the gallery. In the gallery I sell not only the paintings but also a lot of limited edition prints, and I sell cards as well. We have a company called Wild Eyed Press, and my artwork is used on a whole pile of print material. We wholesale that to other retail shops, and it is distributed all over Australia. Wild Eyed Press has been going since 2000. I also work as a community artist, so whenever there's something on in the community, I try to get involved. So the figures that you see as sculptures, they were for the Flower and Garden Festival as an installation in the hall, of which we had thousands of visitors through, so that was fantastic to do that this year, and I've done that for a couple of years. So I also work as a children's book illustrator. I've been doing that since 2011. I have 7 books that I have authored, but then I've got 10 books that I've illustrated. Most of those are actually for other authors, and not ones that I have illustrated. So just in terms of for this proposed mural, I've just pulled out the portfolios for Grandpa Read This Book because it's got a lot of figures in it, and I thought that would be relevant for you to see that I can actually draw figures and paint figures, even though these are very simple figures, naive figures, as they need to be for a children's book. Okay, this is my most recent book. This was a book about a humpback whale calf that was entangled in a net. And so again, I'm showing you this just because of the figures in it. But of course I had to draw boats and all sorts of things in this as well, and show expression. So I just thought this folio might be relevant. These are the different print material that we have with Wild Eyed Press that we supply to shops. All from my artworks. This is my studio, and I'm just showing you this so that you can see that I work as a professional artist. I have my own studio where I work all the time, and yeah, this painting is of my daughter. So this is the other part of my studio where I do the digital work. I love to use Photoshop, and of course you can see behind the computer I've got another enormous painting that is another portrait of my daughter. Okay, so now we're down at the Shire buildings, which includes the bowling club and the town hall, the little supper room and a little gallery. So you can see that the buildings are painted in this very limited palette of the linen cream colour, the heritage green and the Indian red. So that is the palette that I've chosen for the mural. So we've got a sepia background, and then the figures and the vehicles are in this colour palette. So they are very limited, very subtle, and it's not going to be a total eye pop when people are driving along, and hopefully it'll really fit in with the heritage colours that the Shire chose quite a few years ago. This is the northern end of town that people see when they come into town.